Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Milestone College online math class presented by Muhammad Tasbir Karim. Today we are going to take a class of class 8, chapter 11, information and data. As we completed the basic things of this chapter, today we are going to solve a creative question of this chapter. And here is the information of the question, that is daily savings of the students of class 8 are given below. Savings in Taka and frequency is here. So 51 to 55, this Taka is saved by 60 students. 56 to 60 Taka saved by 8 students. 61 to 65, 30 students. 66 to 70 Taka saved by 10 students. 71 to 75 saved by 8 students. 76 to 80 Taka saved by 5 students. So the first question is, what is central tendency? It's a very important question, and in JSC it's very common. So you have to memorize the definition of this, what is central tendency, as you have to understand also. Number B, find the arithmetic mean from the table. This is your table. From here you have to find out the arithmetic mean and draw the histogram from the table. So from the table you have to draw histogram. So these two B and C question are very common, and A number question is also common in JSC. So I think this is a very important question for you. So now for question number A, what is central tendency? The tendency of clustering of the data to the value at middle or center is called central tendency. Again, the tendency, intention, or something that is there trying in clustering of the data. That means all the data are just repeated, or near about values are just one or two data, and the rest of the data just try to be just near about to the value at middle or center is called central tendency. The central value of the data is representative number which measures the central tendency. So the data which is just representative that number which is the middle or center, though that is called central tendency. So generally measurement of central tendency are arithmetic average, median and mode. I think you know all of them. Arithmetic average or arithmetic mean, another name is median. You know how to find out the median and what is median, and mode. So these are the three central tendency of the data. Okay. So now we are going to go to the next question, number B. Find the arithmetic mean from the table. Okay. So from the table, if you want to find out the arithmetic mean, then you have to draw the frequency distribution table. So here is the frequency distribution table we are just going to draw. At first you have to draw these boxes table, and you have to keep it in your mind that we have to use pencil and a scale to draw it. So here in the first column we are just going to write class interval. In the second we need to draw the frequency. The third one we have to draw class mid value, and the fourth one we have to draw fi xi. So here is the first one. From the table we just written all the things. So class interval, that is 51 to 55, 56 to 60, 61 to 65, then 66 to 70, 71 to 75, 60, 76 to 80. Now here is the frequency fi. Frequency we have to mention here fi, that is 6, 8, 13, 10, 8, 5, all the things are come from the table, given table. And this is the sum of the frequency n, that equal to 50 here. Okay, it's very important. If you just add it by using calculator, or if you have just add it by your own using your brain, you can do it also, no problem. But the answer must be correct. otherwise it will be quite difficult to find the value. Now class mid value, that is xi, we just let it xi. So I wrote here 53. Now you can ask me question how we can find out 53. We know class mid value equal to class higher value plus class lower value by 2. So here is the class. In this class, what is the higher value? 55. What is the lower value? 51. Look at here, 51 plus 55, and the formula here is 2. So if you add it, you will get 106 by 2, that equal to your 53. So here is the 53. Similarly, if you add 56 plus 60 by 2, you will get 58. If you add these 2 and divide by 2, you will get 63, 68, 73, 78. All the value you will get this way. Okay, I think you understand, right? Okay, now fi into xi. So in short, we just write, just tell fi xi. What is the meaning of it? The multiplication of fi and xi. That means the first class frequency and the first class mid value. So 6 into 53, that equals 318. Similarly, 8 into 58, that is 464. 13 into 63, that is 819. 10 into 68, that is 680. 8 into 73, that is 584. 5 into 78, that equals 390. If you add them, you will get the summation of FIXI. Here is the summation of FIXI, that equal to 3255. So, do you understand how we just going to get all those things here? Now, the required arithmetic mean of the data. Okay, this is x bar. This is very necessary. Okay, x bar. It is represent the arithmetic mean. So, here is the formula. 1 by n summation of I to what? 1 to k, I equal to 1 to k, fi xi. Now I am just put the value of n. What is the value of n? 50. Here, look at here, n value is, just put there 50, and summation of fi xi equal to what? 3255, just writing it. So if you just simplify it by using calculator, you will get Taka 65.1. That is your answer. So I think it's not so difficult that you will not able to do it. So I hope you will understand question number B and you can solve it. Okay. So now we are going to move on and just go to question number C. Okay, so the question number C was draw the histogram from the table. So it's a very difficult and it's not actually difficult, it's very crucial because lots of things you have to do. You have to just look at it. Okay, that if anything is missing there, your marks will be reduced. So for drawing histogram, you need to draw a table again, and there will be a value discrete class interval. If you just think about what is discrete class interval, discrete another name is continuous. So continuous class interval, in class 7 you also get it. So here how we will find out, look at here 51. If you subtract 0.5 from here, then it will be 50.5, and if you add 0.5 with it, you'll get 55.5. Similarly, just I did that is 55.5 to 60.5, 60.5 to 65.5, 65.5 to 70.5, 70.5 to 75.5, 75.5 to 80.5. So look at here, the last higher value of the first class is equal to the lower class of interval of the second class. So these are similar like this. So where you are just going to end, the starting will be the same point. So that's why it is called discrete class interval. No breaking point is there. So you have to find out it before you are just going to draw the histogram. It is very necessary, otherwise it's quite difficult. So here is the graph paper. You can see the screen. The graph paper is just some lots of lines are there. You have to at first you have to draw the axes. So here is your axis. So x dash is your x axis and y dash your y axis. So you understand it. I think then I'm just drawing all the discrete class interval here on x axis and frequency on the y axis. So you have to mention it, the capital X bar, y and y bar, and say in center here O, and you have to write the in discrete class interval like this way. You have to write frequency like this way. You have to put the arrow sign, that means these lines are continuous. All those things you have to do it. That's why I told lots of things, just small things you have to keep in mind, otherwise your students are maybe, or examiner who's just checking your copy, maybe some reduce some marks. So you have to be very careful about it when you are just drawing it and all the things. I am just using black pen, but you have to use it pencil, okay, scale and pencil. Otherwise it is all the drawing you have to draw by pencil and scale some if you require. So now I am just mentioning the in discrete class interval 50.5 here, then 55.5, 60.5, 65.5, 70.5, 75.5, 80.5. Okay, all the in discrete values are just put in here. And look at here, what is the frequency here, uh, that is started from, you can think 0 to highest frequency is 13. So I just counted from here 0 to 5 to 10 to 15 to 20. I don't need more because 13 is the highest, so I can be stopped here, but I wrote one more, that's why you can understand. So I don't need to write a lot. Highest frequency, just look at it and just write like this way. And you don't need to mention each of them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks very much just what I'm telling, that is very much looks odd, and it's clumsy, it looks like. So I think you don't need to do write all the things here. So the next line I'm just going to draw the first, that is what is the frequency here, 6 in this class, 6. So look at here, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Here I'm just drawn, okay, here it is. Next one is 8. So 55.5 to 60.5. Look at it, 55.5 to 60.5, and that is up to 8. Okay, is it okay? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Then the next one is what? 13. So I have to go through here, this up to this. Look at here, just this is 13. I'm just drawn the next class, that is 60.5 to 65.5. Here is the benefits of the discrete class interval. If I draw 51 to 55 and 50, then 56 to 60, then there will be a gap between it. That is called in discrete histogram. So here we just drawn for, just look at here, just one after another, just touching each other. So that's why it's the benefits of drawing discrete class interval. So the next one is 65.5 to 70.5, and the frequency is at 10. So here is just 10, up to 10 I'm just drawn. Then the next one is what? 8 I'm drawn here, and next one is 5. So drawn. So all the things are drawn here. So look at here, it's from 0 to 50.5. So here is a broken line segment that you have to draw here. So that is means what? This part is omitted. So I think this is the whole histogram drawn here. I think you understand. It's not so difficult now if you understand all the things. So now we have to shade it. Be very careful about the shading. We have to shade like that way, that we are not going to waste our time, too much time. So shade it like this way. I just shaded it, the rest are shaded this. Okay, so we have to shade it, then it's completed. Now the writing part, look at here, considering 1 unit of the graph paper to represent one of the class interval along with x-axis. So here these are x-axis and it represent what? Class interval. And one small square, this is your one small square, it represent one of the class interval. Look, that is 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is represent one small square, represent one of the class interval. Similarly, 1 unit of the graph paper to denote one of the frequency along with y-axis. So here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So one small square, this one small square represent one of the frequency. So what we did, this way the histogram of the frequency distribution table has been drawn. The broken line segment, there is this broken line segment from the origin of x-axis to 50.5. So here it is 50.5 to 0 is just indicated that the previous intervals are omitted. Okay, so this is the writing, very simple. These are just only two sentences are here, so I think it's not so difficult to memorize it. Okay, so the following histogram has been drawn. This is completed. I think you understand the whole thing. Now there is the question for you. I think for practice you can do it right now. The question, what is the question? The frequency distribution table of the obtained marks in science by 100 students in class 8 is as follows. Here is class interval is and frequency is given. So 31 to 35, 36 students, 36 to 40, 20 students, 41 to 45, 30 students, 46 to 50, 15 students, 51 to 55, 11 students, 56 to 60, 8 students, 61 to 65, 6 students, 66 to 70, that is how many students? 5 students are there. So first question is, what is organized data and unorganized data? So I think you know that what is organized data, what is unorganized data. Number B, find the arithmetic mean from the table like the previous one. And number C, draw the histogram from the given data with description. So this is the question. I think this is not very difficult. You can practice it at your home so that you will, how much you understand, you will judge yourself. Okay, if you have any problem facing, then you can just repeat this video again and just watch it. I think your problem will be solved. So thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you will understand this math, you can solve it now, and inshallah in JSC examination you can get 10 out of 10 of this chapter. Thank you.